After 3 long years of waiting, the Copper Golem has finally made it inside of the game, included with plenty of other different types of copper-related things, such as a copper chest and even copper armor? Yes, that is true, and if you want to keep up to date with everything inside this one preview, make sure you are subscribed to this one channel. But yeah, we have finally been able to see this guy come inside the game, and this is such an epic thing. And as we can already see, we're getting some ideas as to what this guy actually does. But first off, how do you actually get this guy? How do you actually spawn him in? And the way you spawn it in is probably what you expect. You just need a block of copper and then a carved pumpkin, and then you will get a copper golem. And not just that, but you'll also get yourself a copper chest. Yes, that is right. You will also get yourself a copper chest. What is a copper chest, and what is this copper golem actually doing to this one thing? Well, think of the copper golem as pretty much a way to sort your items inside of a copper chest. Yeah, in the case you want to get yourself sorted out in some way, then you can actually do that. You could actually do that in one way or another. As we can see, this guy is holding a piece of stone that he took out from the chest. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. But if I put this back in, another piece of stone, or if he looks around for blocks on the floor, this is my first time playing with this guy, so I'm kind of learning on the fly too. Oh, I think I know what I'm doing. He hasn't found a normal chest and actually putting it in. Neither of them have. So now that it has a normal double chest, will they put it inside? They will. Oh my goodness, they will. So now, in the case you want to sort things out without having to need a whole bunch of, like, I don't know, hoppers or something like that, now you could actually do so. So let's just grab just a bunch of random junk in here and then just throw it inside of here. Will they sort it out and actually put it inside this one chest? I think they are. I think these guys are. You gonna put the grindstone in there? Come on, put the grindstone in there. Come on, show me how you do it. Show me how it's done. Come on, you know how to do it. There you go. There you go. You still haven't put it in there. Okay, these guys are still learning. These guys are still learning. They are literally trying their very best on sorting things out. Maybe they're just confused because they don't see any other grindstones. Let's put another one in ourselves. Maybe just put one here. Will that do the trick? Let's see. Let's see. No. Oh, actually, kind of. Okay, not fully sorting things out, but if, say, you had just a whole line of them somehow, then that actually could be a good way in sorting things out. So, farming, sorting chests out, and many of the different types of things are going to be done so much easier with the copper golem, which is absolutely perfect. Something I don't necessarily want to do, but kind of have to do, is to show you the fact that copper golems actually do drop between 1 and 5 copper ingots when actually killed. And as we can see, we got 3 right there. So yeah, nothing you're going to want to necessarily do, but in the case an accident happens or something like that, then you will still get at least some copper back. Also, as we can see, there are plenty of types of copper chests, like several. I don't think there's many differences between an oxidized chest and a normal chest, apart from the way it looks. So don't expect it to be like locked up or anything like that. Just expect the looks to look a little different. But if you don't want to have to spawn in a copper golem every single time you want a copper chest, then there is actually a way on crafting it. Because if I hop into survival really quick and actually show you, what you will need: a single chest, and then 8 pieces of copper surrounding it to get yourself a copper chest on its own without the use or the need of a copper golem. It opens up like that. It has some pretty distinct sounds, and obviously you can't break it just with your fist or anything like that. It will eventually break on its own, so you are going to need some amount of tools and some level of tools. And speaking of tools, also inside this one preview is, of course, all the copper armor, all the copper tools, and all the copper weapons, as we can see right here too. It is a little bit better than leather, but a little bit worse than iron, as we can see right here. As we can see, we have 5 levels of armor, which is actually not too incredibly terrible, but if we want to craft any of this armor, then it's pretty much just like any other type of armor. Say if you want like a chest plate, say if you want like, I don't know, a helmet, say if you want just boots. Same way you craft any other type of armor, we'll have the exact same type of crafting recipe. And same goes for all the tools and all the weapons and things like that. We see swords, we see axes, hoes, and everything else like that. something I do want to point out is the fact that the tools are a little bit better than stone, but you won't be able to mine anything more than stone. So same with things like redstone, you still aren't going to be able to mine these things out on their own and actually get any drops. You're still going to need an iron pickaxe and actually doing that. In terms of the speed, as we could see, again, it's a little bit better than stone, but just with the added lack of benefit of being able to mine anything else. And as we could see, the durability is also, again, just a little bit higher than stone. So think of the copper armor or the copper tools, like say the pickaxe, the axe, the shovel, and things like that, just to be like a slightly better version of like stone, just with a little bit of a better health and a little bit of mildly quicker mining, as we can see right here. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I can't imagine many people using this over, say, like a netherite pickaxe or anything like that. I mean, obviously, you're gonna pick netherite over like stone, iron, or even copper, but for getting more types of, I guess, tools and gear leveling up, then this actually is a good way in doing that. But in the case you don't want to do that, and in the case you just have like some extra unneeded pieces of like copper armor or copper gear or something like that, then what you could do with that is actually smelt it down, because inside this one preview also is copper nuggets. Yes, it literally copper nuggets, because if we smelt this guy down, this copper pickaxe, we're eventually going to see that we are going to get ourselves a copper nugget. Meaning, now with gold, iron, and copper, we now have 3 separate types of nuggets, including now the copper nugget, as we can see right here, which actually does have a pretty unique and a distinct type of a look, as we can see right here. And in the case you want to craft it, I believe you could do that too. Yep, seems to be the case, But yeah, again, are you going to use this over netherite? Probably not, but are you going to use this when starting up a brand new world and like starting to get your armor leveled up and things like that? Absolutely, 100%. And something else that is 100% is something I'm actually curious about, and that is actually the copper sword. What do you have? +5 attack damage, not too bad. Again, about the same. It's just it'll just last a little bit longer than the stone sword. Only thing is, I don't think these are gonna oxidize over time. The armor and the weapons and things like that, they are going to stay very much so orange. So in the case you wanted green armor or something, you're not necessarily going to get that. Maybe in a future preview and beta, but at least as of right now, that's not gonna happen. But something that is gonna happen is the fact that on top of all this copper related stuff, we're actually going to get a brand new presets from Java Edition, being the Void. In the case you want to use the Void, now you could actually do that. Now you actually have that ability on creating a voided world for Bedrock Edition. This is utterly huge, and something else that's utterly huge is the fact that you get nothing but this humongous slab of stone just to start building things up in the case you want to actually do that or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how people use voided worlds, but I am at least glad that there is another preset to be found inside of Bedrock Edition. Hopefully sooner rather than later we will be seeing like actual customization ability for super flats, but again, this is another huge step forward. Hopefully one day, sooner rather than later, we will be seeing even more customization ability. But something I do want to mention is the fact that while we did see all the copper related stuff inside this one preview, something we did get alongside that is this one video from Minecraft showing Lady Agnes going inside the caves. And there's something right at the very end which might give us an idea as to what else they're planning for this next major drop.
Whoa. Did we place any torches on our way here?
So this could be nothing, all things considered, but it could also be something that's hinting towards maybe the glare coming inside this one update too. I mean, it would make sense if Minecraft is having like another cave update coming inside the game, inside this one drop, then maybe having the glare coming inside the update might be a good idea too, on top of the Copper Golem. And since we are talking about like other underground mobs from the mob phone and things like that, what about, I don't know, the Rascal coming too? I don't know. All I'm saying is, if they are leaning towards another cave update, even if it's like a minor one, considering we are comparing it to like the major cave update version 1 and version 2 and things like that, having just another one with like many mob vote losers coming inside of it would be very welcoming. And something else that we didn't see quite yet with the copper golem is a copper button. As we remember,
It oxidizes over time and loves to randomly press copper buttons, so they would be added to the game as well.
yeah, a copper button, and we did not see that inside this one previews, but I am expecting to see more copper-related things in the coming weeks, so look out for that. Like, subscribe, join the channel, etc. if you're excited for this, but for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.